Well, Peter, let's run through the Warriors side tonight. It is as selected on Tuesday night with Lance O'Hara at fullback.
And it is the same 17 that defeated Melbourne last week, 18 points to 15. At fullback, Lance O'Hara. On the wings, Aidan Kirk and Manu Vatuvei. The centre pairing, Brent Tate alongside Jerome Rapati. In the halves, Michael Witt the 6, Nathan Feen the half-back. The back row, Michael Luck at lock forward, Simon Mannering and Ben Matalino. And the front row, Ruben Wiki, Ian Henderson, the skipper Steve Price. Coming off the bench, Grant Ravelli and Navan Tuamavave, Sam Rapira and Logan Swan. And they are coached by Ivan Cleary and Phil Gould, of course. These two sides met back in the decider of 2002.
They certainly did, and the two coaches were opponents on that night. Ivan Cleary played fullback for the Warriors, formerly with the Roosters, and Brad Fittler, of course, was captain of the Roosters on that occasion. I know that Freddie Fittler brought his team over here on Tuesday to acclimatise to conditions. Well, if he's been met with anything like we've been met with over the last couple of days, it is at fever pitch here in Auckland as this game comes up. They've captured the imaginations of a nation with that win over Melbourne last week. Let's have a look at the Roosters as they line up this evening. At fullback is Anthony Minicello. The wingers are Amos Roberts and Sam Parrott. The centre pairing, Mitchell Orbison in 17 and Sia Soliola. The halves combination, Braithen Astor is the captain and Mitchell Pearce the halfback. In the back row, Nate Miles, Anthony Charrington and Craig Fitzgibbon. Up front, Marco Mealy, James Orbison and Lapini Paya. The interchange bench, Sedamata Sarr, Anthony Tupou, David Shillington and Frank Paul Nuasala, coached by Brad Fittler.
So Roosters again going with Tupou off the bench. The boys have mentioned this is the biggest meeting of these two clubs since the 2002 Grand Final. A night at Homebush where the Roosters won by 30 points to 8. And there was an embrace of Brad Fittler and Ivan Cleary, former teammates at the Roosters. And on that night, Fittler captain, Cleary fullback, and now opposing coaches tonight as the Roosters come out of the sheds. Well, this is going to be most interesting, the reception they receive at Mount Smart Stadium. Braithen Astor takes them out, skippered the side through State of Origin, and then took the reins for round 25 from Craig Fitzgibbon. The men in white tonight, although to the New Zealand fans, they're wearing the black hats. They're the bad guys here tonight. They won here back in round 11. One of only 3 defeats of the Warriors at home this year. And from that 2002 Grand Final side, only 2 surviving members in this team, Anthony Minicello and Craig Fitzgibbon. Big match experience on show. There's the 19-year-old Mitchell Pearce. 1 or 2 teenagers in tonight's game. And Matalino the other for the Warriors. Roosters form, you've got to say, it's dusty coming into tonight. All momentum is with the Warriors. But the fact of the matter is, they're only a fortnight from the Grand Final. Forget what's happened the last 4 to 6 weeks.
There's been a real concern about the Roosters finishing off their games of late. Of course, the first 30 minutes against Broncos last week, they were outstanding. Fell away second half, and that's been a little bit of a trend. Apart from that wet weather victory over the Dragons, it happened against Melbourne, it happened against Cronulla, it nearly happened against South Sydney, who almost forced them to Golden Point after being dead and buried. So it needs to be a full 80 minutes performance tonight. That man, Anthony Minicello, been in great form since returning to the side after a long layup. There's the crowd starting to warm to it now. It is a wonderful night to be here.
It's a shade of the old days. Remember first coming here in 1995 and the drums playing for that first night? They used to have them down behind the goal line, used to drive teams crazy. And here at Mount Smart Stadium, you've got the away team dressing rooms on the western side of the ground. The Warriors come in from the eastern side. Steve Price leads them out. What a night for New Zealand Rugby League. To have at the hill. What a front row, Steve Price. 298th game tonight. His front row partner, Ruben Wiki. 311th game tonight. So much experience between those 2 men alone. And the Warriors at home, week 2 of the finals under the McIntyre system. Through 36 matches, 24 times the home team has won. Brent Tate on screen, one of half a dozen Queenslanders in this Warriors lineup. There's another one of the Michael Witt, and the referee tonight, Grand Final referee of 2007, Tony Archer.
Right.
He looks pretty relaxed about things. This is a big show here tonight. You're watching Finals football on Channel 9, VB Friday Night Footy. Warriors get us underway. Pearcefield's the kickoff, and it's the Ogre who has the first hit up. We've got the Ogre out there, we've got the Beast out there. We've certainly got some good characters for Finals football, as Miles is able to get it over the 20-metre line with a second charge for the Roosters tonight. Now Fitzgibbon feeds it along for Payer. Got half through the tackle there of Luck, but was held by Wiki. Roosters outside the 30, and they kick early. From inside the 40, Pearce on the full to Vanavai. What a hero here, Mitchell. Or rather, Nate Miles came up with a first shot on Manu Vanavai. Then the cavalry rode into town. Jerome Rapati, first penalty. Off the 9 goes the way of the Warriors.
And that's the problem with kicking to Manu Vanavai. He has been known to drop a couple, but if he catches it, well, you're in for a hell of a collision. And he brought it steaming back on that occasion. The Roosters met him. He got up, quick play the ball, caught them offside. And the perfect start here for the Warriors now. They go on to the attack in only the second minute of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say in that confrontation with Manu Vanavai, Mitchell Orbison came out clutching his shoulder. He is one hell of a thing to try and stop.
I think there are another 4 defenders who came out clutching something as well. As Simon Mannering tries to go through the centre of the ruck, 22 out, centre field.
Henderson in a dummy half, and they go left side. Ruben Wiki with the ball. They're inside the 20. Early on tonight, this is an early chance for the Warriors. Henderson across field, dummy to Price, links up here with Witt. Out it comes for Fiend. They're lined up right, takes with the ball, tries to come back in field. Payer got across there, offload there to the fullback. Ohio is only 7 metres away from the line. This is pressure on the Roosters. Slow play the ball. And again, Henderson across with Nathan Fiend. Shoulder the ball, links up with Luck. And twisted onto his back in the tackle of Fitzgibbon. And Orbison, that was James. Now last tackle the Warriors. Witt tries a grubber kick. Ohio getting through. Ohio's got the ball. Lance Ohio thinks he has scored. They have found the upright padding with a kick, Michael Witt. And Lance Ohio thinks he's got the first try of the night.
And Michael Witt was going to kick wide, decided to come up with a bit of a surprise tactic. Dribbled it back towards the posts. And if Lance Ohio and his teammates are behind the kicker Michael Witt, it will be the perfect start. Vanavai was tested early, took it on the chest. And then it was like 9 pins when he took it forward. They got the penalty. Witt comes back. There's no doubt Lance Ohio, the try scorer, is onside. What about the number 9, Henderson? Does he get involved enough to be a concern? I would hate to think so. He's within the 10, Henderson, so technically he's offside. But Ohio, he didn't play an influence, but technically, as the book goes, he's inside.
But Witt does run him onside. Witt does get through to run him onside, but if first contact is before Witt runs him onside, he is technically offside. I know it sounds a little complicated, but the kicker of the ball, Witt, does get through to put Henderson in an onside position.
But if Henderson is within the 10 when he kicks it, he can't be put back onside.
Exactly.
They're saying here that Lance Ohio too has taken a player out in Orbison as he's gone for the ball. He's run straight into the back of Orbison and knocked him over. Whether or not Orbison would have had a play once it came off the upright, I think it's a fair try. I don't think you can rule offside for that, boys. You're arguing over nothing. This will be a try, I'd imagine.
Hang on, you don't want to jump out of this commentary box, do you, Gus?
Yeah, like we haven't seen that happen
champion.
this season.
If it is a penalty for offside, I will jump out of the box.
Well,
I think if it's disallowed, it'll be because he pushed a player in the back.
It's a try. No parachute required here for Phil Gould. The Warriors have the first try. They've done it in the opening minutes, and it has set the crowd alight, as if they needed any encouragement.
Well, that's the thing. The Roosters would have come here tonight looking to silence the crowd. Well, a little bit of good fortune and some skill here from Michael Witt has brought the crowd right into this game, even more so than they were before kick-off. Plenty of noise before kick-off, but now the Roosters will have trouble hearing themselves out there. Ohio's done a great job since coming in for Wade McKinnon on suspension.
See, it was actually beautifully read by Anasta too. He ran around for the kick back to the post, but the upright got in the way. And Luck's a fortune. 6-0 to the Warriors, I'd say.
It is indeed. The Warriors, the home team. Witt converts the try. Laurie Daly has sideline duties tonight. Good evening, Laurie.
Good evening, guys. I came out to Warriors training yesterday and they specifically asked to put the big pads on while they were training, and Michael Witt and Nathan Feen were aiming for the uprights, those big pads. In the first set of 6 tonight, they get a try off it. Well done, Warriors.
See, we should add too that there have been showers in Auckland over the last couple of days, particularly this afternoon. It's quite cool here tonight. So we've got wet and slippery conditions, and as Laurie said, if they've practiced grubber kicks and attacking kicks all week in preparation for this, they're playing to the conditions.
Oh, good restart from the Roosters. They get Wiki inside the 10 and then absolutely manhandle him. No respect at all for the great Kiwi. Haya and Cherrington in on that tackle. Good meters here for Henderson, who started his career at the Roosters. That's going back to 03. Now Tate across with Feen, and a shift here for the Warriors, put down by Mannering, and the door opens for the Roosters 20 metres out.
And the Roosters offering the outside there, as they so often do in early stages of the game, compressed up very tight in defence. And Amos Roberts had to make a rush to get up there and put some pressure on the ball carrier. Had the ball gone past him, they're in trouble. Here's Big Reuben hitting it up. The toast of New Zealand at the moment, but the Roosters showed no respect. Picked him up and threw him back. Now it's a chance for the visitors with a good attacking position now.
So with that drop ball from Mannering, here is the opportunity for the Roosters, although from the scrum, some sloppy ball, and you can see just how slippery it is, as Gus said. Minicello sliding back 5 metres when he got onto that ball. And now back infield they come with Perrott. Number of New Zealand internationals in this Roosters lineup. Perrott is one of them. Now Payat. He started the match fired up and running there into the clutches of Price. 25 metres from the line. Roosters with Orbison. Back left with young Cherrington. What a thrill for him tonight. In his first year in the top grade. This is a big occasion. Orbison, 10 metres out from the line. Leaping to get the ball was Anasta. Out the back to his half partner Pearce, then inside. And not able to offload was Miles, 10 metres away from the line. He appeals for a penalty, doesn't get it. Now O'Neilly throws it. Intercepted by Feen. He's over the 20 and then is knocked flying by Sia Soliola. Got him in the ribs and his legs went everywhere and he ended up on his backside. It was looking great for Nathan Feen. Boy, oh boy. At the Easter show, that gets you pick off the top shelf for a hit like that. So Warriors back with the ball and Kirk gets into the play. He was twisted there in the tackle off Cherrington. There's another former Rooster in the Warriors side, Aidan Kirk. Now Wiki, 45 metres away from the Roosters line. They lead by 6 points to 0. Ohio the first try of the night. Last tackle, and this kick placed by Henderson towards the corner, and Minicello watches it go touch and goal. That's a pretty good set from the Warriors.
And it's a tactic they employed successfully against Melbourne last week. Happy to take on the Storm from set play situations. This was the pass taken from Mark O'Meley by Nathan Feen, and Sia Soliola blindsided a little number 7. But at the end of it, it was Warriors football taking away the pressure from the opposition.
Well, it was actually bad play by the Roosters on tackle 5. The ball went to O'Meley. He just threw it. He didn't want it. This ball should have gone out the back to Anasta for some sort of kick. So nerves are plenty there for the visitors. And the Warriors off to the perfect start.
Third time a finals match has been played here in Auckland. And 1 win, 1 loss for the Warriors. They lost last year to Parramatta. 30 metres out from their own line, the Roosters. And it's Orbison darting off almost back to the 40. And 3 in the tackle. They take him sideways. A lot of drive there from Mannering. And Jerome Rapati there with Michael Witt as well. Flat ball there onto O'Meley. Many of the crowd thought it was forward. Last time the Roosters played here, they were caned in the penalties. Referee Ben Cummins got them 12-3 on that occasion. Yet the Roosters came away with a big victory. Ohio on tackle number 1, 20 metres away from the Warriors line now. Have to take the hit up is Rapati. You saw in our opener, he was the man who got that match-winning try started last week against the Storm. And this man fired up, Manu Vanavai. What a star he is. Tackled 15 metres short of halfway. Henderson on for Price. Able to make 8 or 9 metres, but then the Roosters do well to get him on his back. Miles there with Orbison. Now Henderson on for Michael Luck. They set themselves to the right, but end up with an inside ball for Madalino. In his first year of first grade and tackled just short of halfway. Last it is for the Warriors, and again, Henderson is the kicker. He finds touch. We'll take a break. Finals football with the Warriors leading the Roosters by 6 points to 0. On Nine's Wide World of Sports, a 6-0 scoreline here at Mount Smart Stadium. Winner to play Manly on Saturday week at the Sydney Football Stadium. Referee Tony Archer's had a few problems. Just had a little hold up in this scrum, packing down 30 metres away from the Roosters line. And Pearce on it comes for Sam Perrott. Collected down to tackle. Ohio was looking to take him back. 15 inside their own half. And now Minicello. Third game back in yet another comeback from a very serious back problem. And the Roosters get a penalty. Archer indicates that he gave them a little bit of leeway with the first tackle, but not that one.
Yeah, it's quite a miracle that Anthony Minicello is back on the field. He had a couple of back problems and then the serious neck one which threatened his career, let alone the rest of the season. And there was a time where the club thought he wouldn't make it back. Went out to Windsor and played in the Premier League game for Newtown to try and prove his fitness. He did that, and now he's back in the top grade playing well.
20 metres away from the line, another opportunity for the Roosters. And O'Malley will carry up inside the 10-metre line. Luck took him around the legs. James Orbison, dummy half. Links up here with an Asta. On it comes for Pearce. There's trouble for the Warriors if they got a little wider. And a good tackle on Miles from Mannering. He's a good player, James Mannering. Roosters with an Asta. Puts the kick through. There's chasers there. Soliola doesn't get it. And Tony Archer's going to say 20-minute restart. Aidan Kirk, I think, got his head in the way at the finish of that.
Well, I think both sides have worked out this is where the tries are going to come from this evening. The greasy conditions don't allow for rapid ball movement. So another early kick there from the Roosters. The Warriors scored their first off a kick that hit the upright. That's the tactics for the evening.
And Tate's with the ball for the Warriors. And he steps over the 40, got away from an Asta. Again, the slippery conditions. There's a player getting off the mark. He was told to stand up and he advanced a couple of metres. It's become quite a grey area in rugby league as we get to the final series. Players walking off the mark. Warriors with it. And it is Price as he heads centre field and is able to offload. Back it comes for Ohio. And he's wrapped up again on the 40-metre line. Henderson able to run. Mitchell Pearce was called offside. Didn't make a tackle. Simon Mannering slipped the ball away and Roberts has got to the loose ball, so the Roosters escape with that.
Very lucky there, the Roosters. They look pretty vulnerable around the marker area at the moment. Henderson is picking them off and charging back in behind the ruck. Their defence looks in tatters around that area, and the Warriors have just decided to take advantage.
And Roosters with possession, and an Asta for Pearce. Again, they'll kick early, but it's from outside the 40 this time. Manu Vatuvei may not have to play at it, although it's perfectly weighted. Ohio has to play at it. He's back to the field of play. He's in half speed, but he's managed to almost get to the 10-metre line. And Orbison there to make the tackle, and then Ohio does a little bit of acting and falling back to the deck. And here he is, Vatuvei, stand and offload. Fiend away, and Madalino's got the ball. And over the top comes Payet. The man down low was an Asta. 15 away from their own line. Crowd right into the game, courtesy of that early try to Ohio. Take big play the ball for Henderson. He started the match in grand style.
That's too easy, the metres around there. They're killing the Roosters at the play the ball.
Kick from inside the 40. Minicello on the fall. He's got a bit of room to move here. Anthony Minicello. Back he comes and tries to straighten up, but he is shortened up by Simon Mannering.
Well, that was a poor kick out of dummy half from the Warriors, straight to the Roosters player. Had time to kick. And they were able to run it back outside their own 40. early in the tackle count, so reasonable field position as Sam Perrott takes it just over halfway.
Last week it wasn't really until just after the 20-minute mark that Tupou came on, and he really ignited the Roosters. We'll see if he gets on any earlier tonight. He pleaded apparently with the coach. He wanted to start this week, but not so. O'Mealy goes across to Pearce. Again, the crowd not happy with some of the passes. Miles got bumped off his feet from Rapati. Kept it alive for Mitchell Pearce. 25 metres from the line, and Price and Wiki combine to make the tackle on the Roosters halfback. Now Orbison to Anasta. First high ball of the night for the Warriors to deal with, and Aiden Kirk is with it. And Kirk is held by Soliola. And his 14th game in the top grade, Aiden Kirk. His time at the Roosters, he played 3 lower grade grand finals. Here was the Tate, got a bit of protection too from Brent Tate. Broncos did an outstanding job last week defusing kicks. And so far the Warriors have handled the challenge as well. And across with Tate. Outside the 20, Tate hoping to be a part of the World Cup campaign for the Kangaroos. Henderson, on we come with Wiki. Tackled there by Fitzgibbon. Last tackle, they're only back to the 30 this time, the Warriors. And it will be Fiend kicking downfield. Can't find the grass. Minicello on the fly for the Roosters. And there's a good tackle from Jerome Rapati. A player who's been criticised for his defence, but he got a good one in there on Minicello. Played by Roberts, and they're just outside the 40. Fitzgibbon with it. He was the Clive Churchill medal winner in that 2002 grand final. Here's the tackle of Rapati. Minicello just falling as he got to the Warriors centre. In the meantime, almost through, and is that man coming off the bench, Tupou straight away. The attack lifts. O'Mealy, 15 metres away from the line. Roosters on the attack. And one tackle to go. High ball didn't work for them last time, but they're going to try it again. Mitchell Pearce across to the corner of Kirk. Batted back. Soliola's got the ball. Play on for Minicello, and then knocked on by Madalino. It'll be a scrum feed for the Roosters.
That was bad luck for the Warriors. They handled that pretty well. The kick wasn't a danger to them. The Roosters had to bat it back and put a couple of passes together, and unfortunately, Madalino just put the hand out. He didn't need to because there was no one to run onto this. And in fact, I think Minicello just threw it at him, just hoping for what he got. He did. He threw it straight at him, hoping the young fella played at it and gave him 6 again. There was no Rooster player to receive that pass.
And Warriors showing us the defence that has carried them to victory in their last 5 home matches. Wins over the Broncos, the Sharks and the Storm among them, and in those matches they've conceded only 4 tries in total.
But there is plenty of potency in this Roosters attacking lineup. If they get consecutive sets, they have that now. Best opportunity of the match. Anasta.
Oh, this is good build-up. Minicello got through Vanavo, out for Roberts. Roberts has kept it alive back in field. Luck has ended up with a ball for the Warriors. It has gone forward, and the Warriors survive. I thought Amos Sr. was going to have a try for the new Bub Amos Jr., who was at home with Mum Zoe, and congratulations to the Roberts family, and Dad's almost got a try there.
Well, it's the second attacking scrum where the Roosters have tried a similar play, and I'm not sure the conditions are conducive to it. You just can't move the ball quick enough. And Witt does a good job here to get across on Roberts. Rapati supports him, and Roberts just throws it back in field, knowing full well he was going out over the sideline. He tried to take him on the outside. They had good contact on him. And another first tackle drop ball by the Roosters.
Well, all of those wide defenders did well there for the Warriors. He had to come in, Vatavai, otherwise the 2-on-1 would have been too difficult for him to handle. And then Rapati coming to help Witt was certainly needed as well. It's Kirk with the football.
And tackled by Lapini Paya, and the Warriors this time round back to their 30. And Rapira is on for them. Ruben Wiki has gone for a spell. The Warriors on the bench. Played less than 40 minutes last week, Wiki. But a great Warrior indeed. And here he is, Rapira, straight into the play and runs himself at the entire Roosters front row of O'Mealy, Paya and Orbison. On their 40-metre line, Madalino. He's a tall back rower, this young bloke. Last tackle, getting great experience in his first year in the top grade, and again a kick over the sideline. Henderson's had 3 kicks tonight. Let's take a break. Finals footy on 9 and 6-0 to the Warriors. 18 minutes gone here at Mount Smart Stadium. First of two semi-finals we'll have for you this weekend. Big hit so far in the match tonight. And this one on Fiend was the bell ringer from Soliola, and not bad from Rapati on Minicello either. Not quite the ferocity of last Friday night as Parrott gets away for the Roosters. He's got a break on them. The Rapati is coming at him. They're coming from all angles. Price got back there for the Warriors. Parrott has tackled 11 metres out from the line. Pearce to Anasta. Anasta floats it over the top. This time Roberts, this time is short of the line and may have lost the ball. Amos Roberts has lost the footy. They hang on again, the Warriors.
Well, there was no need to throw the pass right out to the winger. They had plenty of players left over. And Roberts has injured himself. He's got a big cut on his head, and that's going to require attention. I think we have a penalty against the Warriors for offside. Here's Parrott, the break from the scrum base. He burst into the backfield, but fresher legs on the outside came and got him. He'd had to fend a couple across to get into the clear. See, they could have passed to any one of those players and then put Roberts in the corner.
You've got to help me out here, boys. That's pricey. He did back in the front row of the scrum and caught Parrott. Can we confirm that?
Well, there were fresh legs on the outside, but it was the old legs on the inside that,
but that's
actually made the contact.
You can't break from the front row of a scrum and chase down a winger.
They don't bind very tight these days, Mossy.
Incredible performance.
Well, Amos is leaving the field now to get that attended to. Nasty cuts up around that area. Very difficult to stem the flow of blood.
Yeah, they've got Sedimata Sarr ready to come on. They may play with 12 men for a short stint while they tend to him there on the sideline. They're reluctant to use an interchange here. So they will play with 12 for just a moment while they've got possession. It may change if the ball is turned over.
Yeah, I think the doc will have the staple gun out there trying to get him back on as quickly as possible.
O'Mealy takes the first hit up here. They've had a few chances inside the Warriors 20 so far, the Roosters. In the first quarter of this match, Fitzgibbon, they rush off the line. Price got to him. And that is 11 metres away. Roberts is going to go up the tunnel, and still they play on with 12. Anasta for Paya. Tackled low down by Henderson and Price. Another tackle from the Warriors captain. James Orbison. Tupou on this left side. Minicello, and then with the ball is Parrott. But trapped by the defence of Tate and Fiend and Kirk all across there. Minicello. Anasta gets a grubber kick through. Ricochet there. Warriors will have the ball. Michael Luck.
And again, good defence from the Warriors. They've got to get down the other end of the field. It's been an eternity since they played field position. One of the impressive aspects of their game last week as they get a relieving penalty was their decision-making in defence, and we saw evidence of it again against that set play that the Roosters have had so much success with this year, with the sweeping runner in behind looking to create the overlap.
Down to the sideline, Laurie Daly.
Yes, but Sterlo, you speak about their decision-making in defence, but it's their goal line defence which has really improved. I spoke to Ivan Cleary during the week. He said that's been one of the biggest improvements in their game. The desire and the desperation to keep the opposition out, and they've started terrifically well again tonight.
The moment the ball was turned over, they had to send Sarr out there, and he's gone to right wing with Roberts in the dressing room. Henderson unloads, and the Warriors are now 41 metres from the line. Madalino will play it. Henderson, a dummy. Spent the last couple of years at Bradford. Now Fiend goes out the back for Weir. Floats it and Vanderfy slides. That's the trouble with football in these conditions. It went over the beast's head.
Poor old Manu. If he catches it, he nearly scores, but just overran it a little bit, and as he tried to stop, the legs went out from underneath him and the ball went over the sidelines. Here it comes, half a chance on the outside. Just got to get it to Manu, and whoops, down he goes.
Even when you're 112 kilos and you're nicknamed the Beast, these sort of things can happen to you. But if there's a player that's going to happen to, it's going to be Big Manu.
Yeah, I love him. I love him. What a crowd pleaser.
I think they've got to be careful, the Warriors, about getting caught into going around the Roosters in that situation. If they're going to throw those kind of balls, it's to be 10 metres out with Vatavai running onto it. It's given now. Well taken by Tupou and offloaded as well to Anasta.
He copped a hit from Madalino, but still managed to offload. Madalino certainly handling the occasion tonight. His second finals match. Now Tupou gets another touch. It was wrapped up by Rapira. 40 metres away from the Warriors line. Orbison, O'Mealy, Pearce, they're very flat to the right-hand side and held in the tackle, Miles, by Jerome Rapati. He's answered all the questions tonight that have been thrown his way. Pearce now with the ball, trying to get through the centre. Got away from Price, kept it alive for Anasta. Had support on the outside as Shillington couldn't get it to him though. And again, Madalino comes up with a tackle. Last it is, 25 metres from the line. Pearce goes towards the wing of Kirk. Ohio jumps over the ball. Now he's got a bit of trouble. He's got big trouble. Line drop out, Warriors.
No, I think there's big trouble coming from the Warriors as well. They're starting to look a little bit tired now in defence. Some fatigue starting to set in. They have been down here a long, long time.
Yeah, just not sure, Peter, whether or not the Roosters have come with a dry weather mentality. They seem to be trying to throw decoy plays, get deep and run around the Warriors, and these conditions just aren't conducive to that. A couple of their plays have created space, but you can't get the ball through their hands quickly enough. Nice kick there from Pearce. Good support from the defence. They get another chance.
Line drop out goes 51 metres, and Shillington's ready to run ball against the Warriors, and he certainly did that against the Broncos and had a bit to say after the game as well. 35 metres from the line, the Roosters attack Tupou. He's got that good footwork and can offload, and right arm free over the top there of Fiend, but finished off in the tackle. They're 21 metres from the line. Logan Swan is out there for the Warriors, and now only 12 metres away, O'Mealy will play it. And again, there's a chance to sweep to the right-hand side for the Roosters. Orbison holds it there for Pearce. He drifts across, gets the kick in. Vanavai goes back and just takes it there.
Yeah, still, I don't like the play. His chases were a long way away there, and to me, like the Anasta kick earlier, that was just off the top of his head. There was nothing happening, so he kicked. Could have easily gone dead and given the opposition back the ball. As it is, they'll get another chance, but I'm not so sure that the Roosters have worked out the conditions yet.
6-0 scoreline. First try of the night. The first time the Warriors got inside the Roosters 20. And fielded by Anasta, that drop out. And again, it's Shillington with a job of coming back. Not at full pelt, though. And tackled, the first man in was Swan with Ohio. If they lose tonight, Swan's played his last match in the NRL. Here's Pearce. Held there in the tackle of Luck. 20 metres away from the Warriors line. Orbison, inside ball there for Shillington. Again, Swan over the top, Luck down low. 10 metres from the line now. Still looking for their first points of the night. Tupou with a W inside and out. Can't offload that time. And it was Rapira who got to the ball higher up in the tackle. Orbison quickly onto Anasta. Ducked under Ohio. Well, Braith Anasta, that looks simple. And then penalty goes to the Warriors on the line for obstruction.
They got it all mixed up there. Too many players in the way. Anasta looking to dummy and try and surge at the line, as we've seen him do so many times. He's got Minicello on his outside who gets in his way. He ducks under Ohio, and Minicello ends up in the way of Tate as Anasta tries to get to the ground. That was just too many people in the way.
Yeah, poor decision to go that side. The defenders almost outnumbered the attackers. He did get close, Braith Anasta, with the fact that Anthony Minicello stopped that man from getting involved, allowed him to get closer than he should have done. The Warriors working out now. They've been in their own half a long time. They would love a clean set of 6 with a kick at the end of this one.
And Price, the front rower, he's been on now. 25 straight minutes, no dramas. Ready to take the first hit up of this set. Now for Swan. So Price, Whitney, Swan, all over 30 years of age, playing in this final series. For Wiki and Swan, this is the end of their NRL careers. Price will continue on next year. Rapira, he's the man to replace Ruben Wiki. Has played every game this year for them. And away from Wick, just over the 40-metre line, and swiftly kicks the ball downfield. One bounce. 4 Minicello to have another run back, but he decides to offload to Perrott. And a good chase from the Warriors, and a set that you would call a recovery set for them to get out of trouble. It was nice and steady. It was a set they just couldn't afford to make a mistake in, and they got through it.
They look comfortable, Vossi. I know the Roosters have had all the ball, but the Warriors really don't look threatened at the moment.
And Orbison passes back for Pearce. He got a clean kick away from inside the 40. Kirk is going back for it. He's nailed it. 40-20, the Roosters half back. Absolutely perfect. Before the last tackle, the right trajectory on it. A great kick, Mitchell Pearce.
It's amazing how often in this game good players, class players, under pressure, come up with the big plays. And you've actually got time to think about it. It doesn't seem to work, but Mitchell Pearce under all sorts of pressure here. Kicked it low, got it perfectly in behind Aidan Kirk. And persisting with kicking early in the tackle count. Mitchell Pearce, he knows that this is another big opportunity. They need some direction now from the 6 and 7 once they've got the football down this end.
There's some of the best reactions we see in the run of play when players get a 40-20. And again, you see it from Mitchell Pearce. Firing up the troops. Soliola takes a run. 9 metres away from the line. More goal line defence for the Warriors. Now for O'Mealy. And the Ogre is in front of the Warriors post. Can't offload. Henderson low. Luck over the top. Again, very flat, the Roosters. Dummy there from Orbison, trapped by the marker Henderson. It breaks down again. 3 tackles they go through. O'Mealy's dummy half. Now Anasta. Anasta throws short. Pearce gets over the line. Pearce for the Roosters has scored. The 19-year-old has got the Roosters' first try. It's the halves combining. And it is 6 points to 4.
And very appropriate that Mitchell Pearce gets the try because he put them in the position to score. A 40-20, such a momentum changer in the game. And it was Braithen Nasta summing up the situation. Good line running there. Mitchell Pearce, he carries 3 defenders over and gets the football down adjacent to the posts. We should be locked up 6-all very shortly.
And that's different to the other plays that they've used. Everything's gone out the back trying to get around the Warriors. And this time 5'8" to half-back. Anasta coming across the back of the play the ball area. Looking at decoy runners, plenty out the back waiting for it, and Mitchell Pearce hit the hole beautifully. And he's able to force his way over, and I think that will be of great relief to the Roosters players who've had so many opportunities down there and come up empty. Had they been turned away again, it would really start to play on your mind. Fitzgibbon for the extras.
He's now 7 tries for the year. Got a hat-trick back in round 21 against the Cowboys, and Fitzgibbon closing in on 1,500 career points. We're locked up here. Sudden death. Finals football on Channel 9. 6-all, the Roosters and the Warriors.
Stay behind.
VB Friday night football, and it's of the finals type tonight. It's sudden death from here on in as we charge into the grand final. Warriors Roosters tonight, and storming back from the restart of play, O'Mealy. Tomorrow night it's the Broncos and the Storm. We'll have it for you live from Suncorp. What a weekend this one is. And sitting back, cooling their heels, Manly and the Sharks. Sharks will play next Friday night against the winner of tomorrow night's game, and then Manly Saturday week against the winner of this one. Tupou is outside the 30 for the Roosters. 6-all scoreline. It's been a couple of the little men who have come up with the tries, Ohio and Pearce, although he's no little bloke really. Mitchell Pearce, he's one of the bigger halfbacks. He can handle it. Orbison dummy half, 41 metres away from their own line. Here he is, the halfback. For Anasta, then on with Fitzgibbon. Miles keeps it going. The Roosters looking sharp as Sedimata Sarr puts a kick in. Misses it. It's play out for Minicello. Minicello, I think he may have knocked it on. He's done everything right, but I think he has knocked it on.
Well, they're claiming he's been pushed out of the way and taken out. This is wonderful play from their own end of the field. After early kicking, they decide to run the ball late in the tackle count. And I think it was Sarr who might have put the kick through. And they're all claiming Minicello was taken off the ball. It'll be interesting to see the challenge. I don't think there's any risk. He hasn't got near it to put it down.
Well, Sarr was out there, so too Craig Fitzgibbon. Nate Miles throws that pass. He was actually behind Sarr, and he summed it up well. Chases a fine. Vatuvei turns. Hahaya comes across, and the ball comes back, well, it comes back inside him. And then he has to regather, a little bit of nudging. Throws the left arm out, Minicello. You're allowed to jostle.
He hooks his arm and holds him back there. That's not allowed.
Yeah, no try.
There's no try. You're allowed to jostle, but you're not allowed to grab hold of. And Hahaya now will link arms with Minicello and grab him. Now, that's not allowed. You're allowed to jostle with the hip and shoulder in the ball. Now he's going to give him a push too, so it won't be a try. I doubt penalty try.
No.
But it may well be penalty.
It needs to be, should be a penalty against Lance Hahaya, no doubt, because with the right arm free, Anthony Minicello gets a much better play at the football.
Yeah.
Remember, we had one in the finals match here last year where we were talking penalty try and not. And Sterlo, at the start of the year, we sat at a powwow between referees explaining things. If they don't give penalty try, they like to give sin bin.
Well, they're still looking at whether or not there's a last-minute touch here by Minicello on the ball. Let's have a look. He gets a push there. He's got nowhere near it. What are they looking at?
Well, this is the perfect example of a professional foul.
Yeah.
It's a try-scoring situation. If the bin is to be used, then this should be one of those occasions. But we don't often see it, I have to say.
The only defence I'll give for Hahaya is that Minicello gets his arm over the top of Hahaya first. He interlocks first. The decision comes through. And that's a penalty try. That is extraordinary. Wow. That is unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, okay. My goodness. They have said Anthony Minicello penalty try, and they have silenced the fans here. They're in too much disbelief to even boo. They can't believe it.
Stephen Clark and Phil Cooley, the video refs upstairs. And it was always going to go the way of the Roosters, but I didn't think it was going to be that pronounced. I think there's too much doubt to appoint a penalty try in that situation. The ball was bouncing. Minicello was next to opposing players putting pressure on.
It's the fans here. Oh. Well, extraordinary.
I can't believe that. Over the years, all the times we've thought we've seen a penalty try, that was the least likely one to be given I've ever seen.
Well, it's been converted. That was a penalty with a sin bin at the end of it. That was that decision. It is an extreme decision that the Roosters benefit from. Michael Luck went up and questioned the referee as I would imagine, the captain out there in the absence of Stephen Price. It's taken the wind out of the sails of the crowd here. I've got to say, they don't sound like 26,000 at the moment.
I cannot believe that.
12 points to 6, so the Roosters will return the footy, and O'Mealy, I don't think he's had a break. They've got Payer on the bench now with a shoulder problem, the Roosters. Sorbison passes here, or Fitzgibbon. The video referee doesn't have to be 100% confident that Minicello would have scored, but he has to believe that in all probability he would have scored, and that is the way he has seen it. But I'd like to think that the on-ground referee could have a say in it, because I don't believe Tony Archer would have said penalty try. You take it out of the hands of the man who's meant to be the bloke in charge, and you throw it up to two blokes upstairs. Here's Hahaya with the ball, and we should say it's Steve Clark and Phil Cooley in the video referee box tonight. I wonder if it was 1-1 on the decision.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You think we get sued if we suggest that, but you could be right.
Well, if you are talking about the decision upstairs, and that decision would have to be absolutely unanimous between the two. It couldn't be any other way. They would both have to be definite that they thought it was a penalty try. Now the Warriors get an opportunity to hit back immediately, courtesy of a penalty against David Shillington.
So just to finalise, Gus, no way in the world you would have given penalty try. Not even 1%. Could you have given penalty try for that?
I couldn't have given penalty try. No.
Warriors have got the ball here 20 metres out from the Roosters line. Drawing the experience of a man who has run the line in a first-grade match. Phil Gould, touch judge there in the Charity Shield some years back. Warriors on the attack, 12 metres out from the line. Fan inside ball for Mannering. Tackled low down by O'Mealy and Fitzgibbon. 5 minutes from the line. Out the back they come, the Warriors standing deep. Ravelli is now on. Kept alive from Hahaya for Kirk. And Kirk is wrapped up 8 metres away from the Roosters line. Ravelli, yet another former Rooster in this Warriors side. A few double agents out there. Here he is, Ravelli, who's good against the Storm. Inside for Rapira. Rapira bustles his way forward again, 5 metres away. Orbison there to make the tackle. That is James. Now Fiend with Ravelli. Holds it up, look forward, and then put down in any case. And it was a forward ball, and the Warriors let a chance go astray.
Yeah, they react on the outside. Michael Witt believes that if he'd have got the football, there was a great opportunity on his outside. The second man pass should have been the play there. It did go forward. Just have a look at how it's unfolding out wide. If it goes to Michael Witt, it is 3-on-2 because Manu Vatuvei is on the other side of Jerome Rapati. Mile forward, no look pass.
That's a mile forward. But I think what they're trying to do, Peter, is replicate the David Stagg try last week. They saw the Broncos do with Wallace to Stagg. They threw exactly the same thing, asked the question of the Roosters. This time the Roosters were up to the challenge.
Roosters with a few injury troubles though at the moment, leading by 6. Laurie Daly sideline.
Yeah, they've got Amos Roberts in the sheds. They're just trying to stem the bleeding from a big cut to his head. Lapini Payer is now back on the interchange bench after having a pain-killing injection. The Roosters are down to 15 at the moment, but they're very hopeful that both these players will continue on in the match.
5 minutes out from half-time, and Minicello with the ball. Penalty try in week 2 of the finals. Warriors led early 6-0. Now down by 6. Pearce keeps it alive as Anasta goes over the top. May have been forward as well there to Nate Miles. Not the last tackle as they look to kick before the last.
Well, the outside men didn't support their halves there because there was an opportunity and they were in front of the man with the ball.
High spiralling kick fielded there by Kirk. And Kirk is wrapped up on the 30-metre line. Warriors into the field, and there's a fair facial from Soliola.
I think they were flatmates.
Ohio unloads. Vatuvei's coming off the left wing. Kirk, I think he had some other troubles there in the tackle, and he's now with the trainer as Chumavave almost back to halfway. There he is, Aidan Kirk. Trainer's in on the beard act as well. They had a promotion in the New Zealand Herald today. They had a cut-out beard that could wear to the game tonight. They're all getting behind their team in all forms. Now Witt dumps it off for Rapati. And held over the top there by Pearce and Miles and Orbison as well. 31 metres from the line. Ohio, or rather Fiend, gets a little kick and over the sideline it goes. A little soft the finish to that.
No, that's a very poor play. We've got 3.5 minutes to go to half-time. That had to be an attacking kick. It's fine to have that tactic as one to come into the game with and use it when it is best served. But there was an opportunity to go high, put pressure on the back players of the Roosters, fullback and wingers. In the end, it's a meek handover to a scrum feed for the opposition.
And the scrum 15 metres out from the Roosters line. I think everyone at half-time, and you indeed at home, will be arguing the merits of a penalty try. It is hard to believe that the majority could come up with that decision. Nice offload, and the Roosters will get out of trouble quickly with Minicello. Back over the 30-metre line. Still time for points coming up to half-time with 3 minutes remaining. Perrott goes out for 5 metres. Hitting the tackle of Ohio. No fullback at home at the moment for the Warriors as the Roosters go with Minicello and Pearce and keep it alive for Tupou. Can't offload though as Kirk came in off the wing to assist his setter, Tate. 30 metres from the line. Soliola for Pearce. Pearce keeps it alive for Nuasala. And Fred Paul playing his first finals match tonight. Will play it 15 metres out from the Warriors line. Orbison. What an advantage for the Roosters if they do post points here. Minicello on the Perrott. Close to the sideline and does well to stay in the field of play. Tackled by Kirk. Roosters with an Asta. Kicks it across it like a drop out across field. I think it was. Fielded there by Rapati, and he's taken in goal for a line dropout. Or was that a drop kick, a shot at field goal there from Anasta?
It was the each-way bet from Braith Anasta. If it didn't go for a field goal and put his side 7 in front at the break, who knows? It might have just led to a try on the outside. But if the Roosters do score from this set of 6 as we come into half-time, it will go down to Sam Perrott being able to stay in the field of play when he was close to the sideline and Aidan Kirk was unable to put him over the sideline. Jerome Rapati catches the football. For the Roosters, he will get a full set of 6.
Well, it goes down in some ways as one of the worst attempts at field goal you've ever seen, and you get a line drop out of it. So Roosters with the ball 30 metres away from the line, and just over 60 seconds remaining the first half. Shillington, nice run. Enders over to keep it alive. Roosters with Anasta. Anasta has tackled there. Tate. Crucial tackles here for the Warriors in the context of their season. Here's Fitzgibbon. Held there in the tackle of luck. 8 metres from the line. Roosters leading by 6. As they come to the right. Pearce for Minicello. Minicello can't offload to Saar. Is held again by Rapati. 5 metres from the line and now back left. Pearce decides to have a dash at them. Into the clutches there of Rapira.
1 point wouldn't be a bad option from Anasta here.
Last tackle, here they go, back for Anasta, who's going to go to the point, and Anasta nails it, and the margin is 7. Right on half-time, Anasta kicks the field goal. Roosters lead by 13 points to 6.
He moves quickly in, Braith Anasta. He was wide to the left. Not a lot of pressure coming through. It was kind of a late decision from Michael Luck to go through and put the arm up. And with these finals unfolding the way that they are, 1 point down the track could end up being very crucial. As I said earlier, the problem the Roosters have had over the last 6 weeks has been finishing games as the siren goes for the break.
It completes the first 40 minutes here in sudden death football. And the Warriors at home, they trail by 7, they led by 6. First try of the night to Lance O'Hire. And then the Roosters reply with Mitchell Pearce and the penalty try to Anthony Minicello. The field goal to Braith Anasta, 13 points to 6. Roosters over the Warriors. And while the boys enjoy Holden half-time, we'll take a break and be back for the kick-off to the second half. This is finals football on Channel 9, the first semi-final. The Warriors against the Roosters. Warriors form when trailing at half-time this year. They've won only 2 from 10. They've been behind after 40 minutes of play. And the Roosters as front runners have won 10 of 14. 14 times they've led, and on 10 times they've converted that into a victory. You've got the stats you need to know. Second half underway. VB Friday Night Football here at Mount Smart in Auckland. And Rapira it is who has the first hit up of the second half. 15 metres out from the Warriors line at 13 to 6. And winner to play Manly on Saturday week at the Sydney Football Stadium. Here's Swan. Cronulla, the other team with a weekend off, they will play next Friday night as Swan has lost the ball.
I'll check it.
Swan has lost it. Tony Archer says he will check it, but I think judging by the reaction of Swan, he's more to blame for this one.
He seemed to be marching forward, trying to put some pressure on the marker, as players are all coached to do these days. It was a very impressive run. Orbison lets him go. No, he just puts it, just drops it.
Well, he puts it on the knee of the man at marker, and that's not his fault. The number 17, Orbison, contacting the play the ball like that, I'm afraid, is the responsibility of the man carrying the football. So this will just be a scrum feed with Mitchell Pearce to do so.
Video ref requested the second replay on that one, and that held us up a little longer. I thought we had the verdict on the first one, to be honest, but players were just waiting for the resumption, so too the crowd and you at home. Anasta is tackled 28 metres away from the Warriors line. Soliola pulled off one big hit in the first half. And now 20 away, Orbison inside with Ursala. Ursala, he's only 10 metres from the line. One of a number of New Zealand-born players in this Roosters side. Anasta builds it up here for Pearce. Up quickly was Witt. They couldn't stop him though. Orbison's now got the ball. He's only 5 metres away. So second half starts where first half left off. Roosters on the attack, close to the Warriors line. Tupou off Anasta. And 4 in the tackle to hold him up. He almost falls in goal at the end of the tackle. Orbison dummy half. They go deep back to Pearce. Pearce goes even deeper to Minicello. He's put it down. Scooped up there by Miles. Miles is upended in the tackle of Chulmavave.
He's miscounted the tackles here, Tony Archer. He didn't have his arm in the air for 5th tackle there. And the Roosters are caught on the hop.
Well, they end up with a changeover. Mannering's got the ball for the Warriors. 28 metres away from the line, and now Hardy has been good defensively tonight. He's had to be. Tackle 40 away, and now taking off his feed, working a narrow channel down the left side for Vanavai. He'll bring bring the house down if he comes up with a try-scoring play tonight. The big winger for the Warriors. Centre field they come. Chulmavave's got the ball. All the interchange players getting game time in that first half. And Fiend, and it comes for Rapira. Strong run, got away from Fitzgibbon. It's a pretty good set from the Warriors. They reach the last. Chance to put in an attacking kick. It comes from Michael Witt. He goes high, Minicello's underneath it. Getting through two to try and bat it back was Bettering. It's ended up back near the 20-metre line. Play on now for Chulmavave. Kept it alive and out the back from Swan. Now Riveri on for Tate. Tate put a kick in. Minicello goes across. Minicello with the ball. And the Warriors produce a line drop out of that.
You've got to be wary of the second kick. And it always produces a good result. The first one, no one contested it and bounced back. Minicello leaves it, it comes back, he's trying to get to it. All of a sudden, an offload here creates an opportunity out wide. And Tate, rather than run it, puts a lovely little kick into the in goal. And Minicello did well to get across and defuse it, but in the slippery conditions, could not get it back to the field of play.
That was a big effort from Anthony Minicello. He's travelled a lot of metres at speed to get there to beat the last line, because he was close to the football when it was kept alive.
Well, it's a medical miracle, as Gus said in the first half. He's having an outstanding game, Minicello. Here is Rapira. You're talking about a bloke whose entire career was threatened. And he's back here playing finals football tonight. He's just about the best on ground.
I've got to say, too, his kilo's lighter than he was when he was at his best. I mean, he lost a lot of weight during that layoff. And it does take away a little from his game.
Now slow play the ball from Chulmavave as Fiend runs into the backside. Almost up to Shillington. 5 metres away from the line.
It's a bit harsh.
Bit contrary conduct offence. Warriors with the ball. Back it comes with Ohio. The try scorer in the first half has struck through. Without a ticket, he's gone straight through the turnstiles and scored. The crowd is up. It's 13 points to 10 and Ohio has a double.
Yes, gets his second of the night and made it look easy. I'm sure he was Rookie of the Year years ago. Really burst onto the scene and has come back in now. That was back in 2002, the year they made the grand final. The worrying sign for the Roosters was how easily the Warriors got down this end of the field with their first set of 6. They got a restart, one-on-one, slipped out of the tackle higher, and all of a sudden it will just be the Braithen Astor field goal that separates the sides.
Craig Fitzgibbon, the man isolated in the line on the quicker man, and he just slides off a higher with pace, goes around. That's too soft a try in a sudden death semi-final.
And they've brought the crowd back into it straight after half-time. And Witt to convert, in he comes. It's 1 point the difference here. Finals football on Channel 9, 13-12 to the Roosters. Well, he's now got 9 tries for the season, Lance Ohio. He's a good player. He hates the utility tag. And he gets his chances starting fullback with Wade McKinnon suspended. And he will become available again if the Warriors advance. And they're in possession. And Rapira, as it was to start the second half, with a job of trying to get back to the 20.
Well, let's just see how comfortable they get out of their own end here, the Warriors. They did so after that first mistake from Logan Swan. That second tackle now almost to the 30. And not off the back of particularly quick play the balls.
Luck with the ball for the Warriors. It's been a great campaigner for them. This is his 3rd year at the club now. The party kept it alive, back for Luck. He did actually captain the side at stages this year. Michael from Gatton. 6 Queenslanders in the side. And now with Chulmavave. And he is wrapped up in the Fitzgibbon tackle just inside the Roosters' half. Almost penalty time there. Last tackle for the Warriors. They go high. The kicker was interfered with there. Ball has come down 25 metres out from the line. I think Shillington it was who walked away from the scene of the crime after the challenge on Witt. He was playing for the penalty. It didn't come his way.
And of course the Warriors will get confidence out of the fact that the Roosters have had a few poor second halves this year. There's the kick by Witt. I think that's okay. He was in the process. You're allowed to put pressure on the kicker. But the Roosters have had some very poor second halves this year, and in fact, in a number of them, failed to score a point.
Well, that's the point. In the last month, 2 of the games they actually won, but in all 4 games they haven't scored a point in the final 20. So we'll see how we're placed as we get to the final quarter tonight. Vanavai's ready for a run. Vanavai is hit front on and then taken sideways and taken out of town.
That's a wonderful tackle.
Fitzgibbon and Miles it was. Now with Kirk.
I think Craig Fitzgibbon was smarting from the one he missed at the other end that led to the try, and he made up for it there with a big one on Manu.
35 away from their own line. The Warriors just 1 point down at the moment. And that controversial penalty try in the first half still in their minds, as now Feen is able to get away for 5. Crowd thought marker was offside. Orbison not standing square. Now Witt will go high. Was taken down by Mitchell Pearce. There may be trouble on that one. Minicello's got the ball for the Roosters.
They're really sticking to this dummy half running now. I think their coach Ivan Cleary has said to the Warriors at half-time, look, you looked at your best when you were just running from dummy half and bending the Roosters back easily. Certainly come out with that attitude in the second half.
Roosters have got it outside their 30. This is Orbison. Goes a little wide there to Minicello. Keeps it alive. Not a good ball, though. Out in front of Tupou. Scooped up. There was great pressure on. Now Tupou's missed another one. He's tried to bat it back in the field of play. There's Minicello. You could say hand pass onto Anasta. Anasta's 10 out from the line. Now back to Minicello. Roosters throwing caution to the breeze there.
Yeah, I thought it touched the Warriors player earlier in that play. But didn't see the referee signal 6 again.
Well, they lost 30 metres.
And it's last tackle now.
If they didn't stop passing, they'd have gone home to Sydney.
Now Pearce has kicked from 30 metres out under pressure, and then Kirk seemed to lose it totally and has watched it go over the sideline. He ended up almost doing the splits, Aidan Kirk.
And this is exactly what happened to the Roosters last week in the second half against the Broncos. When the Broncos began the second half strongly, the Roosters lost their way, went side to side, forced passes that weren't on, and just got themselves into a terrible pickle. And the second half has started off exactly the same way this week.
I know every point in the final is very, very important, but the next try in this game is absolutely crucial. It might just be the springboard for the Roosters to go on with it. But the momentum at the moment with the Warriors, if they score the next try, they could get away with it.
The Warriors are all ready to pack the scrum. Roosters have got a little trouble here.
It's Sala coming off, I believe.
Well, he wouldn't let them make a change, I thought, at the scrum. But with the condition he's got of him, the blood all over the jumper.
Can't go on. Pack the scrum.
So O'Mealy can't come on for him because he's saying you cannot make a change at the scrum.
Well, it's a ridiculous rule. It's a rule that was brought in during unlimited interchange to stop 4 players coming on and 4 players going off. It hasn't been changed with the times.
In fact, it was Lapuni Paya.
So Warriors go across field Ohio, then away to Vanavai. He comes back in field. Roosters come from everywhere on the big blade. Now it's batted back in field. That's out of the Roosters playbook. It ends up in the hands of Bennery. So it's been a little unconventional here over the last few minutes. The attack as Rapira goes forward and sends one flying. I think Miles came out the back door. He was headed back to Sydney as well, Gus. Feen unloads there for Chumavave.
They're way on top here, the Warriors. Way on top.
15 metres from the line. Warriors attack. Feen again. He's been good tonight, and Luck is ironed out. Miles, quick recovery. And Michael Luck absorbs the punishment of that tackle. Feen with the ball. 5 away from the line. Ravelli. Tate doesn't get it cleanly. He's still with it. A fend away from Tupou and then falls into the tackle of Shillington. 11 metres from the line. Last tackle. Big play here. Feen decides to go high. Up goes Kirk. He's got it. The captain. Captain Kirk has got the ball. He reckons he scored, Aidan Kirk. This will be checked by the video referee. But Aidan Kirk, the way he put one arm up, he's either trying to bluff them or he's got a pair of aces and has scored.
Well, his body language is very strong. We are a long way away where we're commentating up here. I thought they'd actually done a great job, the Roosters, in holding him up. He's not a big man, Aidan Kirk, but he had the advantage of the run-up. He just checked his run to get the momentum in the jump, gets the football. And Nastra is there, Minicello is there, doing their best. Well, you can't tell from that.
The answer's a pineapple. Let's see if we can see the ball.
This might be better.
Anasta hand under it. Hand under it. Hand under it. I don't think he's got it down. Hand under the ball. The point not showing. Hand under the ball. Hand under the ball. I see no contact. Vossi?
Look at Ravelli go up.
It was Ravelli's hand that went up.
He's claimed it. Oh, gee, it's as close as you want to go.
Well, the penalty try, the benefit of the doubt in that, I believe, was too much to give a penalty try.
I think the ball's just bobbled at the last moment and landed on an arm.
On that basis, benefit of the doubt goes to the attacking team.
What
in this
about the chat
situation.
here at Mount Smart? It's a good point, Sterlo. On the benefit of the doubt, the pressure is on Stephen Clark and Phil Cooley. If they rule no try here, they might want to go home in disguise. Here's a very big decision. The 2008 season, they say no try. No try, he hasn't got it down.
Wow.
It is still a play the ball, 10 metres out from the line, but the thing is, it is the Roosters who will have possession. It was the last tackle.
They don't come any closer than that. Warriors way on top here. Way on top. Look at this defence get up now.
51 minutes gone, and the Roosters with possession, and Perrott is tackled 20 metres away from their line. Roosters trailed by 6 early, then got it to 13-6 by half-time, and now we're back to 13-12, and Freddie is gone for the rain jacket over the suit. 30 away from the line, but he'll watch from the sideline. Ivan Cleary will stay up in the stands. And now Orbison, Marco O'Mealy. Very good tonight, Mark O'Mealy, for the Roosters. A lot of game time as well. Revelling in finals football. He said that in our opener tonight. Nothing better than this. This is why he plays footy, for nights like this one. Fielded by a higher. Manu Vatuvei's got the ball. Doesn't wind quite up. He's copped a bit of treatment tonight, Manu. That time it was Orbison who made the tackle, the hooker.
They've muscled up against him in defence, but they haven't had to contend with him hitting the football at pace close to the line. He is still the go-to man if they can get inside the opposition 10. There's higher plays it to Jerome Rapati. Good dummy half runner, the number 4.
Just about every tackle at the moment. Crowd appealing for a penalty, putting a bit of heat on Tony Archer. Advantage of playing at home is Mannering.
Well, this is all they're doing, running from dummy half, running up the short side of the field, bending the Roosters back, just looking to get in an attacking position.
Now with Witt. Centre field they come. Wickie's back out there for the Warriors. Game 311 tonight. A 55 test veteran for New Zealand. Last tackle. Witt has taken it high. Minicello is underneath it. Minnie's done it again, but he's lost it. He was headed over the sideline. And there's a big play. Manu has got involved. And the Beast has mauled the count.
Well, he picked him up like a sheep and looked as though he was going to shear him. He just threw him out. Big Manu. If you're going to be grabbed from behind by anyone, you don't want it to be Manu. And I think we've got a penalty here to the Warriors.
For interference on the play. So either way, the Warriors were going to end up with a ball. No thought of going for goal close to the sideline.
They are one of the poorest teams in the competition, disguising the shepherd on chases. And I shouldn't use the word shepherd in there after we've had someone just about shorn.
Well, here's a big moment. Nice work, Gould and Sterling working off each other as the Warriors attack. Mannering 5 minutes from the line at 13-12 to the Roosters. Goal line pressure on the visitors here at Mount Smart. Henderson a dummy half, another slow play the ball. He goes to centre field. Witt keeps it going for Fiend. Fiend straightens up. Nathan Fiend is held there in the tackle of Orbison. Right in front of the post. Henderson looks up to the left. Comes that way. Ball comes along to Mannering. Mannering's got over. He's held up in goal. This will be a play the ball 10 out.
Yeah, that'll be an easy one.
4th tackle.
Simon Mannering, who this week was voted the Player of the Year for the Warriors. Didn't miss a game last year, hasn't missed a game this year.
Well, this is what we saw last week against the Melbourne Storm. The Warriors just keep peppering the line. Held up, held up, held up.
This will be the last tackle when Tuamavave is held. So a chance they may kick Vadavai's way and put him up against Senomata Sarr. Let's see. They come to the left. Here it goes. Whip. Here's your test. Senomata Sarr under the ball. He's got it. He's got it. And the Roosters have possession.
Well, that was better disguised. Vadavai got a little check. Well, the touch judge has pointed out another bit of contact here on the chaser. I'm sure it was Vadavai. It was just nudged aside, and Nasta will question the decision. There's the explanation. Tony Archer didn't see it. Vadavai turned straight away to the sideline official, and he has ruled against a man shielding the catcher.
Soaked up time there for the Roosters. And the Warriors will attack again. What a night here at Mount Smart. Tuamavave with the ball. It's sudden death football. And we have a one-point ball game with 25 minutes remaining. Warriors with Henderson. Henderson has got it down. It bobbled in his hands. It's going to be another one for the video referee. But the boy from Berkeley Vale may have scored.
Well, he was great position here, the referee Tony Archer. I thought he was going to blow the whistle with the ball coming loose, and as we saw last week, players coming together after possible points have been scored. And Henderson gets the ball out at the end. The third time they have been over in the last 5 minutes, firstly on the far side with Aidan Kirk. That was ruled against. Simon Mannering was definitely held up. And now a decision as to whether Henderson has gone through the mood of the defence and got the football down.
Oh, wow.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. He was all certain to put it down. What comes out here? Is it a boot? Puts it on the boot.
He's rolled it on the leg. I think it's Anasta's leg. I think that constitutes he's lost control. If the leg's not there,
yeah,
he's lost control of the foot. He's rolling it around on the leg.
But it looks like the point went over the edge of Anasta's boot towards the ground there at one stage. He's rolling it.
Well, that doesn't help us. We need to go to a better angle.
You're going to have to go to the other side. From what I've seen there, I'm thinking try. This will be the angle that shows it. Goes on the leg, swivels, and then falls out.
And at no time does the ball leave his hand,
no.
But that's because he's rolling it all over the leg and the boot.
But it's rolled out there. I don't think you can give it.
Well, we're in doubt. So does that mean benefit of the doubt goes the way of the Warriors hooker?
I just don't know that it ever touches the ground while he's ever got his hand on it.
Might be a penalty try.
Well, I'd like to think that Tony Archer has a clear side of this and has a clear opinion to rule on this.
He's got the best view, but he was worried about the bobble.
Well, and then it's taken out of his hands, up with Steve Clark and Phil Cooley on this.
If he had he did have an opinion. I don't think it can come back ref's call because it was a good view there.
Oh, boy.
Benefit of the doubt.
They've said try, benefit of the doubt with 25 minutes remaining. Henderson has a try, and by gee, this little bloke has played well tonight, and I'm sure his dad, watching up on the Central Coast of New South Wales, loved that.
Well, it was coming, but when it arrived, we still weren't quite sure that the Warriors were going to the lead. Henderson does a great job here. It's reward for perseverance. Again, Anasta did his best. Minicello was in attendance. But the people upstairs who've had some very, very tough decisions tonight haven't necessarily agreed with, well, certainly the biggest one that they've made. The Warriors extend the lead now through the boot of Michael Whitt.
Back in front for the first time since the 31st minute. The Warriors 18-13 in finals football on Channel 9. A night not without controversy here at Mount Smart Stadium, and still plenty of time for more to come. 24 minutes remain. These two teams in a sudden death battle that has seen another lead change, and the Warriors are now in front by 5, and the Roosters scoreless second half. And they're getting close to the final 20, where they haven't scored a point for the last month.
Well, they haven't even played the ball in the Warriors' half of the field in this second half. Have not played the ball in the Warriors' half of the field. That's how dominant the Warriors have been.
And again, a very big call from the touch judge. It looked as though the Roosters had defused the kick. And he got involved and gave a tip to the referee that should be a penalty to the Warriors. They took advantage. Again, Henderson. Oh, straight through.
Henderson again got past Orbison. Orbison may have been offside in any case, but Henderson is having a wonderful night. And it's back for Fiend to kick. It's quite a story, Henderson, as Minicello goes back for this ball. He will have to play it. Minicello, the beast has got him. They've got him in goal. Rapani, Mannering, Vanavai, line drop out Roosters.
What's a great chase. Minicello aching for the ball to go dead. He actually slipped a little bit and then gave it a second chance to roll. He was going to pick it up here and then slipped and then just waited one more bobble. And when he looks up, there's big Manu and Rapani and Mannering. They said, hello, mate. Back you go.
On those occasions, you feel sorry for fullbacks. He desperately wanted that to go dead, Anthony Minicello. The ball wouldn't accommodate.
Well, now the Calderon atmosphere starts to take over the Roosters young fellas, doesn't it? The crowd is right up there.
And fielded by Fiend. Wiki loving this in his final season in the NRL. Made his debut back in '93. It's an age ago. And now Swan has got the ball for the Warriors. They are 22 metres away from the Roosters line. They lead by 5 here, Stephen Price. And they've gone with all the veterans there. 3 hit-ups in a row. Now 12 metres from the line. And the Roosters under intense pressure here. Fiend's got the ball inside for luck. Winner of this match tonight, a reminder, runs in to Manly on Saturday week as they throw it back along for Witt off Fiend. Then O'Hara out for Vanavai! Manu has scored! The crowd has got their wish! Big Manu has gone over for a try! The beast! And what a run of points for the Warriors! Down 13-6 at half-time. Now it's 22-13.
Beautiful play. Beautiful work. Vanavai still down. Their leading try scorer. That's number 16 for the season. Scored 6 in his last 3 games. But it was really well constructed, this. I mentioned decision-making against the football earlier in the game. Well, this was very good decision-making with the football. A number of second-man plays. Fiend went across, eventually to Witt. Mannering goes through. And that pass there, that was the killer pass. Got the man interested enough to come off the sideline. And the bullet pass just gave Manu Vanavai enough room to work. They brought Sedimata Sarr off the sideline, and this is where you want Manu Vanavai to catch the football.
And Minicello getting across. It's his knees that hit Manu Vanavai. I mean, haven't had an 8-point try for a long while. It's got to be in the act of scoring the try that the offence happens. It can't be after he's put it down. It has to be in the act of scoring, and the knees caught him. That's why he stayed down.
Sedimata Sarr, there was a very promising young back rower. They do play him in the centres a bit because of his skill, but he's totally lost out on the wing. You saw him in defence there. He didn't know where to look.
They're trying to rush Roberts back on now after that try, actually, Gus. He'll be back on the next kickoff.
He just went past there with the headgear on.
Well, Sedimata Sarr didn't know what to do. He did defuse a bomb, and then the Roosters conceded a penalty, but the Warriors are running away with this.
Here's a kick. He's taken it back 27 metres right from the sideline. You can't get any closer to this.
Oh.
And now the trainer's almost had a run in as Michael Witt. You can't put him off. He has kicked it. And the crowd have gone up again. The Roosters are on the rack. 24-13. What a kick. Laurie Daly sideline.
Tremendous tremendous atmosphere down here, fellas, and many people have questioned the endurance of the Warriors over the back end of their games over the last few years. But the Warriors side of 2008 are full of running. They've got plenty of energy, and there's a lot of momentum in this game. They are going to finish this game off. They are playing some of the best football we have seen in a long time.
Well, very few players strike the ball as well as Michael Witt, and that one was after he was balked by a Roosters trainer, almost running in front of him, Wiki.
As Wiki read it back, and the Roosters tried to make the tackle. Soliola has ended up somewhere in the Cook Islands, I think. He's somewhere in the Pacific.
Well, it's good to see that plenty of concern from the Warriors players as well. Brent Tate helping out the man who caused the contact in Ruben Wiki. It was thrown in at a time. That Ivan Cleary was looking to take advantage of what they had and screaming when he took the football forward. Ruben Wiki bounced out of the tackle and left them sprawled behind.
Well, you blokes both played the game. How tough is rugby league for Soliola to be on his feet seconds after that?
Oh, they're tough.
What a game this is.
You can never doubt the courage of anyone who plays first grade. And there's a youngster taking on one of the real hard men of rugby league, albeit a veteran, but young Soli, who looks up to Ruben Wiki, just on the wrong end of one there.
Well, he's on his feet. He's not sure which country he's in, but he's back on his feet.
Henderson, away to Wiki. That's one of the shots of the final. Seeing Wiki with a war cry as he ran back from the kickoff.
You could see when Ruben Wiki went out there, it was Ivan Cleary looking to take further advantage of the momentum they built. And his first couple of runs, again, just reinforced to his side that, guys, we are going forward, let's keep it going.
Now Price trundles forward, but he's well handled there by Orbison and O'Mealy.
Can't remember the last time the Roosters handled the ball.
Last tackle here for the Warriors. It's almost gone astray. Witt's got it. We'll get a kick in, though. Just. And it's a pretty good kick as well. It's an outstanding kick. Now, this is from the 40, is it not, from Michael Witt? By accident, if he's got back inside the 40, it's a blunder that may come up as a golden play.
Well, as soon as the blunder happened, the Roosters players came forward, including the man on that far side. At one stage, he wasn't going to get a kick in. In the end, he was able to kick the football over the widest player.
Oh,
no, he's outside.
No,
it's still a great result, but not the perfect result.
Because that left foot landed over the 40-metre line before he'd made contact with the ball, it is not a 40-20. It'll be a Rooster scrum fee. Well, we've had a few things tonight to examine.
What a game.
Talk about them too. Footy show on Sunday was a scrum against the Food.
Yeah, that would have just kind of topped it off nicely.
Footy show 11 o'clock on Sunday following Whitewater Sports, and then guess who returns to the Sunday roast? The red-headed back rower from Penrith, Phil Gould's back on the show this Sunday at midday. He's ungagged as the Roosters have the ball 9 metres away from their own line. And we've got another big night tomorrow night in Brisbane. Rabbits to call the action with the Broncos against the Storm. That's live from 7:30.
Just got to be careful with the Warriors in their enthusiasm. Don't give away an offside penalty. Getting up very quick. They are right on top, keen to keep the opposition at this end.
They're in that final 20, and the Roosters, they need points. They need to do what they haven't been able to do over the past month. Pearce, a good kick away. Ohio has to get to it before the sideline. He's with it. 15 metres out from his own line. Warriors possession. They haven't made a whole lot of errors inside their own half tonight, the Warriors. They've had some very good sets coming out of trouble. And they're all getting back onside, ready to do the job again.
Bit of high contact there from David Shillington, claimed by the Warriors. But play on with Rapati again out of dummy half.
It was on Aidan Kirk. Rapati tackled short of the 40. Now Tate will just take those metres out of dummy half as well. Paya got to him, so did Tupou and Anasta, but it just runs like that. They're back to halfway with 15 minutes remaining, and the Warriors up now by 11 points, and they take the ball out of play. Great composure, great control.
Well, it's easy to play in these conditions when you've got 11 points on the scoreboard. Brad Fittler looking a little concerned, sitting down on the sideline with his troops. The crowd of 25,585. I don't know that you can fit any more in here. at Mount Smart. And they are right into the contest at the moment and celebrating. They're dancing, they're singing. She's going to be a hot time in the Old Town tonight. Ivan Cleary won't be counting his chickens just yet. But this is a marvellous story, qualifying in 8th position. 2 months ago, they were gone. They weren't going to see finals at all.
And then they went on to win 9 of their next 11. They are one team that came into the finals on the back of a win over Parramatta in the final round with momentum.
Binding, boys.
And at the moment, it looks like continuing, but we still have 14 3/4 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the Roosters to score the necessary points.
Spirit comes back for the Roosters. You saw there Payer was forced from the field by referee Tony Archer because it's not for the first time he's had to have that cut tended to. So they can't hold up play any longer. He has to get treated elsewhere.
Great carry there from Marco Mealy.
I can't believe he's been allowed to keep that jumper on it. That blood bits around the stomach. Yeah, you've got to change those jumpers. Roosters are with the ball 48 metres away from the Warriors line. It's the closest they've been for some time. Now he's been told you do have to get that jumper changed. Played now by Orbison. Pearce. Glancing blow there in defence from Price. And Tupou with it, 33 metres away from the line. Last tackle for the Roosters. Every set so big now for them. Pearce decides to go with a low kick option. Vanavai got onto it, got away from Pearce, got away from another. And 10 metres away from the line, he'll play it.
Again, I don't understand that type of kick. It was welcomed by the opposition. They didn't have to contest the ball under pressure. Ball bounced nicely for them, and the opposition need to score points. That really wasn't going to lead to points.
Take that up there by Soliolo. Incredible that he recovered from that challenge on Wiki. It was almost Chief and Spud stuff, that. Soliolo trying to tackle Ruben Wiki as Henderson makes more ground, continuing his night, and it's been a night out indeed. As Friend, they get rolling quickly. Tate's got the ball for the Warriors. Nice swerve from Tate. Keeps it alive on the fingertips. Bellolino with the ball. Then with it is Price. 25 metres from the line. Over the top for Mettering. Now Rapani. Rapani's turned away. Kicks to the end goal. Off the legs of Minicello. Rapani's lost off there. It would have been play on.
Well, this is incredible. The number of times tonight the Warriors looked as though they've stuffed it up on tackle 5 and then somehow get another kick to the ball and becomes a miracle play. And again, they're going to benefit.
Well, at the start of that, Brent Tate had every right to be filthy with his outside man, Aidan Kirk. They had the rush going down that right-hand side. He looked to his outside and Kirk missed the jump. Just have a look as he goes down. It's 2-on-1 if the winger is in the right position, but he's not. So Tate had to come back inside. And then the Warriors do what they do best. The party almost got the football back, but Minicello did a great job.
They get the scrum feed out of it, ruling that Minicello knocked it on. And then we had more hold-ups because Payer has been ordered off the field again by Tony Archer. He said, you can't go into this scrum, you've still got blood all over you.
Amos has looked like coming back on 3 or 4 times. He's still prancing up and down the sideline with the headgear, keen to get out.
Henderson away for Witt. Warriors with a chance to get the position where they're close to closing out the match. Ohio will play it 4 metres away from the line. They're looking to go through to the second last weekend of the competition. Witt almost obstruction there around the back of Metalino. I'm fine with that. No defender came up on him, and it was good play in the end by Witt. 8 metres from the line. Warriors with Henderson. He goes back deep. Fiends had a good match. He probes again, and Fitzgibbon is there to make the tackle, ball and all. 4 metres from the line, the Warriors. At 24-13, Henderson knocked down by O'Mealy. And the Warriors will get a scrum fit again, 10 metres out.
Well, O'Malley could see that they're going for the flat runner, looking to squeeze over the line. He got himself in between the passer of the ball and the intended receiver. He comes up quickly. Henderson comes off the line, throws it at him, and I don't know that O'Malley played at that. He played at the man, and the ball came off him. And probably wasn't a knock on when you look at it. He didn't play at it at all.
So Warriors win the scrum with Rapati. Rapati takes a little run at them. Pearce was across to make the tackle with Orbison. More pressure on the Roosters. That's been the story of the second half. Fiends got the ball 10 metres out. Flat-footed as Witt. Witt tries to straighten up. Got the match winner last week. Risky pass. Fiends onto it. He's tackled by Miles. 12 metres from the line. Warriors lead by 11 after they trailed by 7 at half-time. 18-point turnaround. Now with the ball, Mannering. Simon Mannering will play it 3 metres away. Henderson, flat ball run around with luck. Henderson then for Wicky. Wicky has gone over. Crowd has gone up.
Held up.
And Archer says held up. Back to the 10-metre line.
Party pooper, Tony Archer. Party pooper.
Straight up, Ruben.
He could have given Ruben Wicky the ultimate there in his last home game in New Zealand.
Well, they are hanging on to their season by their fingertips, the Roosters. It's about the 5th time the Warriors have got across as Hire looks for a hat-trick. Denied again, last tackle.
It is big stuff this. On the last, they've got a kick which has gone too hard. And it will be a 20-metre restart for the Roosters. They can't shut this game out, the Warriors.
Well, you can put the sprinklers on at the other end of the field. We've seen no play up the other end all half. You could put the under-8s out there and have a game of touch to entertain the people at the other end. The Roosters have been doing all this defence on their goal line, and when they get the ball, they just don't look likely. Minicello finally succumbs and comes from the field.
Gus, I think the people at the other end are being entertained, even though they're not seeing a lockdown in front of them.
They look entertained, don't they? They look pretty happy.
Roosters have got the ball 31 metres out from their own line, and Astor, they shift it left, and Nate Miles gets onto it, but Fiends there with Tate. Also Madalino across to make the tackle. Now 9 metres inside their own half, and Astor, Tupou, good play. Pass well fielded by Perrott. Was behind him, then a wrestle with Kirk. Ready to play it 43 metres away from the Warriors line. The Roosters desperate need of points, and Astor slows it up, steadies up. Pearce tries a step and held in the tackle 35 metres from the line, trailing by 11. 9 minutes remain here at Mount Smart, and Astor goes very high. Ohia's underneath it. He's got it again. Ohia's got the ball, and the Warriors have possession. So many star players for the Warriors tonight. Here's another one. But Ohio at fullback's been great. Kirk, some of the less fashionable players have done their job tonight for the Warriors.
And many of the smaller men have been outstanding. None better than the hooker Henderson. Fiend's been great. Ohio wonderful. This man's been tremendous out of dummy half, picking up metres, taking pressure off his forwards.
45 minutes from the line. Rapati will play it. Henderson. Hero. 21 years of age, the man that will step into the starting front row next year to replace Wicky. He served quite an apprenticeship. Fee goes high here on the last tackle. They attack the wing of Perrott. They're streaming through, but Perrott's got the ball. 10 metres out, and Dennis collected high by Madalino. Nothing vicious about the tackle, but penalty ruled by Tony Archer, and the Roosters really need to step it up. They are running out of minutes here.
Yes, just under 8. They need to score 2 converted tries to get in front here, and they're not going to get too many more opportunities. Anthony Minicello has left the field. It's like a cork over the left knee. That has allowed Amos Roberts to go out there. It's all or nothing now for the Roosters. Miles.
8 metres inside their own half. They trail 24-13. They haven't scored a point in the second half. It was the same story last week against the Broncos. Pearce goes over the top. Orbison's under the ball. This is Mitch Orbison taking on the cover of Mannering. I thought he needed to come back infield earlier on a slippery night. But he's managed to stay in the field of play. 25 metres out. Roosters, big line left and deep. Pearce to Anasta. Anasta, bit of a step, then gets it away. This is good. Tupou, intercept. Kirk, beat him up. And Kirk's away for the Warriors. The chasers will not get to him. There's 26,000 Warriors fans here standing because the Warriors are a week away from the grand final. Captain Kirk has scored the try. Beat me up, Gus. What a try to the Warriors.
Well, he might have missed the jump when Tate got away, but not on that occasion. It looked like it was unfolding nicely on the outside for the Roosters, but it came apart as Ruben Wicky celebrates the fact he'll play another game. Next week, you'll be back on deck, Ruben Wiki. With Aidan Kirk wrapping this one up. Pass was on the outside. Anthony Tupou looked inside before throwing outside. By that time, the Warriors got defenders there.
No delay in putting the try down this week, putting the ball down. Not like Michael Witt last week, Kirk. He got the job done. It was probably forward the pass from Tupou, but what a moment for this young bloke, Aidan Kirk. In his second year at the Warriors, a former Rooster. Made his first grade debut this year, and in only his 14th game, he's got a moment like that. And look at Ruben. I'm going to grow a beard for next week, Gus.
Well, just wait for the kick here from Michael Witt, but I was on the plane home last year from Townsville when they were beaten by the Cowboys. They had a home semi here, they lost to Parramatta. They went up to Townsville and they were beaten with the Heat. I never saw a sadder group of players. 12 months later, they're one win away from the grand final.
And Witt successful, what a second half. 30 points to 13, and it's 24 straight points to the Warriors. Welcome back to Mount Smart Stadium. Aidan Kirk a try here tonight, 6 minutes away from full time.
Let's stay behind.
Kirk on grand final day a couple of years ago did his knee. He'd already signed to go to the Warriors, did his knee playing for Newtown, the feeder team for the Roosters. Went through the rehabilitation of the knee reconstruction, and here he is in first grade tonight. And I dare say the biggest moment of his career just then.
That's what he's done very well, Ivan Cleary. He's picked a lot of players out of the Roosters' lower grades that he used to coach, fellas like Ravelli, Henderson. And this fella, Aidan Kirk, all have done a wonderful job for them. Here's a penalty for the Warriors. And you've got to put this win down to the coach, Ivan Cleary, and whatever he said at half-time. And I'm pretty confident what he said was, if you continue to run from dummy half, you will wear the Roosters down. We look our best when we go forward from the play the ball, and the Roosters' defence starts to get bad. Look at all that water he's drunk. He's had 8 bottles of water, Ivan.
Well, at the moment, he's got the Warriors mentally as attuned as they are physically. Now, in the past, under pressure, with all due respect, they weren't that strong in the head, but it is a potent combination that physically they've always been outstanding. They can become mentally tough in pressure situations. They are very formidable.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're under 20s tonight. Their Toyota Cup team just absolutely belted Penrith. And Penrith have got some great kids out there. They blew them off the park. So they got both their teams one win away from grand final appearances. And Manly fans, this is not a mirage. This is the real thing. You've got a real game on your hands next Saturday night.
Rice will play it 15 metres out. Henderson gets into dummy half. And now along for Fiend. They're looking to really finish this one off. Tate's got it. Thought about kicking. Links up with Kirk again. He's back in field only 5 metres from the line. Warriors with 5 tries to 2 tonight and 4 in the second half. Kick in goal will go dead.
The last couple of kicks haven't been that good. It won't make any difference. Speaking of a difference, some Queenslanders out there are exactly what the Warriors needed. Stephen Price in the middle of the ruck, and out wide Brent Tate. He has added just some steadying influence out wide.
Don't forget too that I think Wade McKinnon is available next week as well. What do you do with Lance Ahaya? I think Wade McKinnon's a must. He's got to come back into the side.
There's Orbison for the Roosters, and Sark kicks almost up from over the sideline and then gets another little kick in, but it's gone now into touch. And you're right, Wade McKinnon is back next week. I just wonder, given that the Warriors and just the wave of emotion behind this team, is it too late to change it to ANZ? That maybe Sydney Football Stadium's not going to be big enough to hold Manly versus the Warriors next Saturday week.
Well, last year they qualified for a home semi-final by finishing in the top 4. There's the man, Wade McKinnon. He's all smiles. He gets another chance. And they spilled their lollies here against Parramatta. That forced them up to Townsville, and they played in 40-degree heat up there, and they were blown off the park. And on the plane trip home, I've never seen a more devastated group of players and coaches in my life. I actually shared a beer with Ivan Cleary, and they were so down on it that they had high hopes and they were the first bundled out. Now, they were the first expected to be going home in 8th position, and they're 1 win away.
Played by Rapati Price. Without trying to show any bias, I just wonder how they could manufacture a try here for Ruben Wiki. His last game in New Zealand. Here he is with the ball, Wiki. 42 metres away from the line. I'd even give to Ruben for a field goal shot on full time. It's not really his style, though. He'd be happy with just a hard hit up to finish his career here. Touched there by Soliola and over the sideline.
Well, I'm sure if they score a try, they'll give him a kick and goal. And I don't know that I've ever seen Ruben kick too many balls, but with 27 seconds left, I don't think we'll pack the scrum. That is the end of the season for the Roosters, and the Warriors, who finished in 8th position, have overcome last year's premiers, the Melbourne Storm. They've overcome Team 4, the Roosters, and they take on Manly, Team 2, next Saturday night. Brad Fittler thanks the troops. It's all over for them. But the Warriors, it's going to be a party here in Auckland tonight.
We'll have Laurie Daly and Tim Gilbert down on the ground at the moment. There it is. The Roosters season comes to an end, and the men in black, the Warriors, stride through, march into a grand final qualifier against Manly. They've got a date with the Sea Eagles.